Guys, thank you so much for joining in today's tutorial. So today I will be showing us how to add a princess that bustier. Okay, I have my pattern paper cut out already, and also I've gone ahead and cut out the fabric already. Here we have our fabric. This is the side, this is the yoke, and while we have this is the center front. Okay, so here we have the center front, and here we have the center side. Let's just take it that way. So what I'm going to do now, I will loosen it up. I fasten it with a pin. So I'm going to loosen it up like so. Then I'll go ahead. Here we have our net. See the shape. And this is the side. So here is the center front. While here is the side, okay? So we have the side like so. This is how it's going to be. So now, what I will do next is to work on the sample of fabric. So I'm going to iron out a paper stay on it, like so. I'm going to iron out a paper stay on it, okay, on both, and show us what next to do with our wording. So I've gone ahead and iron out a paper stay like this on both sides. So what I will do next is to fold in the center front into two equal half. Okay, so what I will do next is to map out the sides. That's the bust point, the under bust. So starting from the under bust, this is our waist length, here is the under bust. So on this under bust here, I'm going to notch it. Okay, I'm going to notch it like so, notch it like so. And also at the bust point, I'm going to notch it like so. So I'll use scissors, I'll fold it this way and give it a notch. Very important during padding and also on the bust. So that's for the center front. So on the center side, okay, like so, I'll also fold it like so into two. Remember, it's two parts. So I also place this pattern on it. Have you seen why pattern is always very essential? It's very essential in tailoring, okay? Very, very important. So here is our under bust, and here is the bust point. So I'll give it a notch, tracing it from the pattern paper. So I'm going to fold it like so now and notch it, okay? And also here at the, let's give it a very tiny notch. So that's that for. So what next I will do is to bring in our wording, okay? So this is it's a middle. It's not too soft, neither is too hard, okay? Different types of wording, small wording, and this hard one. But this one is just a medium wording. And this one, this wording, we have the gummy part. Here is the gummy side, and here is the smoother side, okay? So now what I will do next is to either you fold it this way, these two way, and now cut the center front, okay, making sure that all the sides of the fabric matches in the wording. Like this is the longer side, I can fold it like so. This is the closed area, so I'll fold it like so, okay? And here is our under bust. We have to work using your under bust during padding. During padding, you make use of your under bust. What I'm going to do now is from the under bust, I'll make it a straight line. Yeah, I'll make it a straight line, okay? So what I will do now is to cut out, cut out. You can use office pin. I'll use office pin to hold it down if it is difficult for one to cut. Just make use of your office pin like so. Hold it down like so. So now, so from this center, from this underboss, I'll make it a straight line till the end. That is where we'll cut. And also at this point, so I'm going to cut it like so. You can trace it if you want with your chalk. You can just trace it like so. Okay, and also the other side as well. So what I will do now is to cut. So I'm going to cut it following the same line. Okay, so that's that. Also from here, I'll cut the side. So here we have the first. So that's that. So I'll go right there and open it up like so. Here is the gummy side. Okay, so it's going to be placed this way, the wrong side against the gummy side. Okay, like so. Starting from the underbust. Starting from the underbust. So that's it. So I'm going to trim out just half inch. Remember, we're going to join this center front to our lace fabric. So I'm going to trim off just half inch. Okay, I'll measure out half inch down the wording. I'll cut it off, but that will be when I'm done with the center side. So now for this our center side of the fabric, I'm going to fold it this way. Remember I said earlier we work using the underbust. So starting from the underbust, which is here, okay, I'll pull it down to avoid much cost. So starting from this line, I'm going to cut it. This is the starting point. This is the underbust. So I'm going to trace it like so. You can trace it, you can cut it at once, okay? Depends on how you want it. So I'm going to trace it like so, all the way up. Okay? So I'll cut it like so. Starting from that point. Remember, it's two that we are cutting, okay? That's why it's being folded into two. So my client is on a busty side, okay? That's why we have this swoosh. So what I'm going to do now, you can create any shape you want. From this point, what I will do now is to connect it, okay? Just on the side, I can come in. So this is the armhole. So I'm going to come in 1 inch, okay? 1 inch down the armhole. I'll connect it like so, 1 inch up, down. Okay? So from here, I'm going to create that shape till the underbust. Okay? Just give it the shape that you want. So I'm going to cut it like so. So like so, I'm going to trim off the armhole side. No, I said we'll use 1 inch to trim it off. So here we have the side. See how it is being placed. See what I mean? This is the underbust. Here is the starting point of our under bust. Okay, here is the under bust, so it's going to be stitched this way, and here is the armhole. Okay, you can as well adjust it more. This is how it's going to be. Okay, so it's going to be joined this way. So here we have the two sides. This is the rough side, the gummy side, and that is the other side. This is the sticky side. So while placing this, you just have to be careful to always place on the fabric the sticky side, okay? So that because you are going to iron it out. During ironing, if you did not place it properly, it will not be ironed. It will be very difficult to iron out. So that's that. So from here now, we are going to notch our bust point and under bust, okay, on the word. So I'm going to notch like so. Here we have the bust point. So here we have the bust point. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to, now I've trimmed 1 inch down for the armhole. So what and I've also trimmed the side. That's for the center side. But for this, okay, the center front, what I'm going to do is to measure in 1/2 inch. I'm going to measure in 1/2 inch, okay, because we're going to join the lace fabric on the Ankara fabric, okay, for the upper bodice. So I'm going to measure out 1/2 inch all the way around, like so, and cut it off. Okay, so we have it like so, 1/2 inch down. Also going to measure 1/2 inch here. So 1/2 inch down, and also 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut it off like so, okay, so that while joining the upper, our yoke, exactly, while joining the yoke, it will not be difficult. So that's that for what. So what next I'm going to do is to iron it out, okay. This is how it's going to be. This is the space for joining to the yoke. So I'm going to iron it out, okay, iron the wording on the fabric and show us what needs to do. So now I've joined the bustier, the princess dart, okay. See how full it is already. Yes. So look at the inside. See how the inside is. Well stitched. So what I'm going to do now is to give it a hot press. So I'm going to use sort of a breast ball, okay, to iron this out. First of all, I'm going to iron the inside, then after which I will iron the outside, like so. So I'll place it like so, and I'll open it up I'll open it up and iron it out. So like so, I'll open it up. As you iron, you open. Okay. As you open it up, you now give it a hot press. Open it up, you now press it down. Guys, if this tutorial has been so helpful to you so far, yes, please just hit on that subscribe button, okay? Yeah, also beside it is a bell. Click on that bell beside it so that each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to get the clip. Thank you so much. Once again, please like, okay, give this video a thumbs up. Share the video to your friends and well-wishers, okay, so that they themselves can as well benefit from this tutorial. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay. And pull it out. So I also ironed the sides. So iron the sides. I'm going to do next is to turn it with, I'm going to turn it with what? With our lining, okay? So I'll go ahead and turn it with our lining. So I'll take it out like so. Remember, before turning it out, I'm going to stitch our lining first before turning out the fabric. So I'll also go ahead and stitch it like so, just like the way I did that of the fabric. So I'm always comfortable starting from the waist area or the half length area. So what I will do now is I will start stitching, okay? I'll stitch the same all around till the end part, and also do the same on the other side. I'll stitch it out. Then before placing our lining, I'll also go ahead and fix on the fabric, okay, the Ankara fabric. I'll go ahead and fix our yoke. And here we have our yoke, like so. Before turning the lining on the fabric, I'm going to fix the yoke. First of all, I'll close the yoke neckline using our bias strip, okay? Then I'll now, after that, what I will do is to place it like so, notch it, okay, at the tip. Then now stitch one side and also on the other side. So I'm going to do this and show us, okay? I'm going to stitch in the lining and fix the yoke. So now I'm done joining the yoke to the Ankara fabric, okay, like so. See how it is. So what I will do now is to notch this point. So I'm going to give it a tiny notch like so. Tiny notch, okay. I'll also notch this other side like so. I'll also give this other side the close areas notch. So what I'm going to do now is to use our lining to turn in the fabric, okay? So I'm going to hold it this way. So I'm going to fold it this way, okay? The yoke away from the seam allowance. Here is the seam allowance. So I'm going to turn it like so. I'll use pin and hold it firm. Like so, I'll use pin so it can allow me to stitch on the fabric. So we're going to work now. First of all, the right side facing each other, okay? So from the tip of the V or sweetheart neckline, I'm going to hold it vice versa. This is the tip, okay? I'll cut off a tiny. So this versus this, I'll use pin and hold it down. I'll hold it down with a pin as well. So I also do the same on the other side. I'm going to also hold the other side with pin. I'm going to stitch on it right there on the seam allowance only, okay? And also on the other side, look at the seam allowance. I'm going to stitch on it right there, okay? So I'll do this and now flip it and show.